Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today I am going to continue the article The Secularism and the Role of Atheist Center, which is written by Dr. G. Vijayam, an atheist. And today in our second episode, in India, secularism receives challenge from many fronts. Casteism and communism are getting a new lease of life because of the short-sighted policies of power-hungry politicians and the narrow outlook of the administrators and the leaders. Instead of proceeding on the path enunciated in the Constitution, the leaders fanned communal and caste passions of the people with a view to reap the harvest of votes and to achieve their partisan ends. The politicization of caste and religionization of politics and pampering of communal leaders is causing great harm to the body politic of the nation. The time has come to strengthen secular values, institutions and practices in an uncompromising manner and to accelerate the pace of change in India. The rise of communalism, casteism, obscurantism and fundamentalism are warning signals that flare up emotions and cause strife in the name of religion and caste, threatening national integration and the very unity of the nation. Atheist Center's efforts. Atheist Center, right from its inception, championed secularism and strove incessantly to spread a new value system on secular foundations. Atheist Center, under the inspiring leadership of Gora, took up practical programs for the abolition of untouchability and for the promotion of castelessness. It strove to bridge the gulf between the precept and practice by organizing interdining programs and intercaste marriages on a large scale. Gora took the lead in the opening of public wells for the use of the so-called untouchables as well, along with the local villages. In his efforts, he bore the brunt of opposition from the upper castes. However, he succeeded in his efforts. His programs for the abolition of untouchability attracted the attention of Mahatma Gandhi at the national level. Mahatma Gandhi's journal, Harijan, published about Gora's work in this regard, and Gandhi even invited Gora and the members of the Atheist Center to his Sevagram ashram. The conversations between Gandhi and Gora on atheism and social change were published in Gora's An Atheist with Gandhi, which was published by Navjivan Publishers, Ahmedabad. The book was published in different Indian languages also. The commendable constructive work of Atheist Center for the eradication of untouchability and caste system attracted wide attention all over India and abroad. Gora and Lavanam became staunch champions of secularism. A conference on secularism was held at Vijayawada on October 22, 1968, which was inaugurated by Justice V.M. Tarkunde, the then judge of the Bombay High Court and a radical humanist leader. He said that the concept of secular state does not merely imply that the state will be impartial to all religions. It implies that the state will have nothing to do with religion. The constitutional provisions might entitle one to claim that ours was largely a secular state, but a truly secular state could not be treated merely by law. While the constitutional provisions represented a significant advance towards the ideal of a secular state, a good deal had yet to be done before the ideal could be achieved. Speaking in the conference, Gora stressed on the need for the abolition of the religious endowments. He said that temples, churches, and mosques should be treated as private properties of trusts or individuals and taxed by the state. No special facility should be given for places of pilgrimages. The popularity of pilgrimages, Pushkaram, Hajj, or church-going bred indifference to political affairs. Politicians exploited and enslaved the masses, and ministers deliberately cheated the people by increasing the facilities for pilgrimages to divert the attention of the people from political interest to religious faith. Secularity checked this deception and awakened the people to a sense of active citizenship. Mr. Vavilala Gopalakrishnaya, MLA, who presided, stressed the need for the state remaining completely neutral in religious matters. Atheist Center has been unequivocally championing the cause of secularism in India through its practical programs. Through atheist study camps and innumerable other occasions, the significance of secularism as a way of life was advocated. Atheist centers popularized the Special Marriage Act for the registration of marriages without reference to caste or religion. Special Marriage Act is a secular method compared to the Hindu, Christian and Muslim marriage methods. Atheist centers spread awareness among people about the availability of secular method of affirmation as an alternative to oath taking. Recognizing the indefatigable fight of Charles Bradlaugh in British Parliament for upholding the secular values, the Indian Constitution made a special mention for the secular practices of affirmation. One can take either oath or affirmation while taking office at any level of government, right from the President of India to everyone. It is heartening to note that many prime ministers, including Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi and VP Singh, affirmed while assuming office instead of taking oath. A number of ministers, judges and other officials and non-officials follow the method of affirmation while taking office or giving evidence in the court. In the beginning, Atheist Center had to educate the officers of the court about the affirmation method, as the court officials were only familiar one method of taking oath. Similarly, Atheist Center is in the forefront of educating the heads of the education institutions that one need not fill all the columns of caste and religion in the application forms. Atheist Center took the specific instances up to the level of Union Education Minister and the University Grants Commission to mend the ways of a college. The matter was debated in the Andhra Pradesh State Legislature also for not admitting atheists and like-minded people into the college on the ground of not filling up the columns of caste and religion. The college system has to abide by the Constitution. Atheist Center strongly advocated the omission of the columns of caste and religion in the application forms of the educational institutions. Sometimes the educational authorities forced atheists to move the matter in courts also. One such matter which requires special mention in this regard is the case of the children of Mr. B. V. Subbaiah, a member of Atheist Friends Association. Mr. Venkat Subbaya's two children, who were studying in the first standard in a government primary school, were dismissed from the school by the Assistant District Education Office for not filling up the columns of caste and religion. In spite of the parents' insistence that they had no caste and religion, the children were dismissed from the school. The dismissal of children was challenged by atheist B. V. Subbaiah in Andhra Pradesh High Court. Justice P. A. Chowdhury of Andhra Pradesh High Court admitted the writ petition on January 29, 1980 and directed the school authorities of Gandavaram Elementary School in Nellore district of AP to readmit the children and allow them to continue their studies with immediate effect. And from here, I shall continue in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaran Channels, which has crossed more than 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.